This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, up to Wednesday now, September 20th. I'm Ray Collins, and John Scalzi is an example of why you need to get help to cut the trees that have been fallen. You're sore today, John, I understand.
I've hurt my back, yes I have.
Was that outside in the yard?
Yeah, chainsawing down some broken branches and things and trying to lift them. Thinking I was 20 again. You know how it is. We've got some pretty clear skies across the region right now. Becky in Old Niagara reporting in at 66 degrees. She's got some starry skies out there, as do we all this morning. Radar picking off a few scattered showers over on the other coast, but other than that, we're looking dry today, except for later in the afternoon when we might have an isolated shower or two, similar to what we saw yesterday. Daytime high tops out warm near 90. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Nothing much to speak of at this hour of the day in Manatee County. Let's go farther south now and check Sarasota. Nothing much there. A little Bee Ridge and 41 issue there in the northbound lane. Nothing much. A little long traffic light there perhaps. And South County, though, has the action right now. 681 coming off 75. A slowdown again this morning. And also southbound around the Business 41 area. Otherwise, pretty good at 501 on your Wednesday morning. Our top story, they are bracing right now in Puerto Rico for Hurricane Maria. The storm is taking aim near San Juan. Our Rick Adams has local reaction.
Although Puerto Rico is more than 1,000 miles from here, a lot of folks on the Suncoast are still feeling a lot of nerves from Maria.
It's extremely frightening. It's a huge storm.
Alicia Collazo has dozens of cousins who live in Puerto Rico and are in direct path of Hurricane Maria. Her daughter and son-in-law are the owners of the popular Puerto Rican restaurant Sofrita Mama's in Sarasota. The path and the impact of this monster storm is being felt by the strong Puerto Rican contingent here on the Suncoast.
Luckily, they all have modern houses, at least my family does, and they have cement houses, and they prepare as much as they can in regards to supplies and things like that. There's only so much that they can do.
Florida's former candidate for governor and Sarasota resident Elizabeth Cuevas Neander has a strong connection to Puerto Rico. She travels there frequently, helping out small businesses through the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, which she runs here. She tells us Hurricane Irma was devastating for many parts of the land there, and she fears that Maria will be much worse.
With Irma, they lost between 50 to 70% of their crops, and right now we have a situation where the land is going to be buried.
Cuevas Neander is especially nervous about her many family and friends who live in Puerto Rico. She says all of us should be ready to help, mainly with donations to the Red Cross.
We need to prepare for the aftermath, which will be a lot of families that they will have no homes.
The most that we can do here for them is pray. We've been praying, hard and long for them, and we know that they'll get through this.
For the latest on Hurricane Maria, as well as all the other storms out there, you can keep it right here. Check out our Facebook page and also log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And by the way, Maria is just a few hours now from hitting Puerto Rico. 95% of Suncoast residents who lost power during Irma now have it back, but that doesn't mean much to the 5% that don't have it back yet. FPL is staged at Roberts Arena. Irma hit the Suncoast over a week ago, and those still in the dark want answers.
Our power's been out since last Sunday, and we're the only house in our neighborhood that hasn't had power. So it means we're a single outage, and we're kind of low on the priority list. It's nice to have a face to, tell you, yeah, you're still on the list. We haven't forgotten about you yet.
Very frustrating, I'm sure. The FPL tent will be set up until the last customer has their power back. FEMA will be in Manatee County, by the way, all week long. A follow-up now on the closure of the Venice fishing pier. A structural engineer has confirmed the pier sustained damage during the hurricane. The heavy winds and rain caused the floorboards to expand, and as a result, some of the boards have shifted. It could be months before the pier is reopened to the public.
The excessive amount of wind and rain causes the stringers, which are the wood decking under the decking, which is made of composite material, to expand and contract as they get wet and dry and wet and dry.
More studies are planned, but it appears the walkway of the pier will have to be rebuilt. Also in Venice, debris removal starts today on all city-maintained roads. Contractors are prioritizing choosing which roads to take, Pending the most damage, residents are asked to place debris on the public right-of-way and to separate debris to make it easier for crews to haul it away. The Sarasota Police Department's Florida Keys donation drive was a major success. They plan to fill 3 trailers with supplies for the Keys law enforcement, but between Thursday and Monday, they raised enough donations to fill 2 semi-trucks and 4 trailers. The first semi and 3 trailers left Saturday night and were delivered to the U.S. Coast Guard Station in Marathon. The second semi-truck and trailer left yesterday is on its way to Cudjoe Key. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office is based there. One of Mote Marine's labs, in fact, their state-of-the-art research facility in the Keys, suffered damage from Irma. Look at these pictures. The Coral Reef Research and Restoration Center has been open for less than 4 months. The hurricane moved directly over it on Sunday. Fortunately, the center was built to withstand a Category 5 storm, but equipment on the outside of the building was still damaged. Staff is asked to work out of the center, but they're using backup generators for power. Many of you received sandbags and now question what to do with those sandbags after the storm's passed. Sarasota County suggests you hang on to them until the end of the hurricane season, which is November 30th. If the sand is wet or you want to get rid of it, you can spread it through the yards or put it curbside, be picked up on the normal trash days. The county says do not pour the sand into storm drains since that can clog them and cause additional flooding. On to other news now. Even though the city of Bradenton has a moratorium on medical marijuana dispensaries, one facility opened yesterday before the ban took effect. True Leave opened its doors on 14th Street West. This is the company's 10th dispensary in Florida. It's the only one between St. Petersburg and Miami. By the way, in the city of Sarasota, there is currently a moratorium on as commissioners take their time to figure out zoning regulations here. If you're looking for a job, Manatee County has more than 100 vacancies they're trying to fill. They're hosting a job fair on October 5th from 2 to 7 p.m. at the Bradenton Area Convention Center in Palmetto. They're hiring all types of workers, from school crossing guards to emergency dispatchers. Meantime, Southern Manatee Fire and Rescue has the Help Wanted sign out as well right now. They need new firefighters. The district provides hazmat response for the entire county, but the chief says they've had a hard time keeping the unit staffed. Last year, they received a $2 million grant from FEMA. The chief wants to use that money to hire 9 new firefighters, allowing certified hazmat technicians to focus solely on those types of calls.
And the benefit is that now that truck is staffed, we won't have to wait to get and pull people from other trucks and put those out of service just to staff this truck.
The fire district is now recruiting firefighter candidates in Manatee County. Construction is now underway on a new downtown Sarasota project. The Mark Sarasota will be the city's newest luxury condo complex. Demolition of the existing building on State Street is complete and foundation work is now underway. The 12-story building will be featuring 157 condos along with retail and office space on the ground floor. Prices start at about $600,000. The first residents will move in about 2 years. The Atlanta Braves received final approval for a new spring training complex in Northport. The team plans to break ground next month. Northport City Commissioners voted 3-2 last night to approve the $100 million complex. It'll be paid for through a variety of sources. The stadium is set to open in time for the spring 2019 season. The team's been playing at their Disney World complex since 1998. They wanted a stadium closer to the other teams along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Of course, we've got the Orioles here, and the Rays in Charlotte County, and the Pirates are in Bradenton.
Serious Grapefruit League all up and down the West Coast.
Certainly has.
We get people coming in here and spending the whole season just to go up and down the coast and seeing games.
That 4-week season in April causes more activity here throughout the year.
Yeah.
People move here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Some nice weather for you today.
Good.
If you want to get out and about and take care of business, we got some lovely weather. A little bit of showery activity maybe a little later in the afternoon, but other than that, things look good.
All right, good to hear. Also, check your first alert traffic coming up. And what are the hottest jobs on the Suncoast? And who is hiring right now? We'll have some leads for you. And later in the hour, an update on a major earthquake that shook Mexico.
It's going to be a little bit time consuming and probably a bit tedious, but worlds better than it could have been.
We can rebuild. There's no problem about that. You know, you can put a new roof on a mobile home, you know, or new windows in there. But as long as you have your life, you know, that's all that matters.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at a pretty nice start to the day, 74-degree air temperature, dew point coming in at 72. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there, but as far as any kind of rain showers go, we're not seeing that this morning. We do have a northeast wind blowing lightly at about 5, continuing to draw down some of that slightly drier air aloft that's helping to reduce our rainfall chances a little bit. That's going to come to an end as we head into the next couple of days, though. 74 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia coming in at 75, 74 in Mayaca, Northport at 75, Punta Gorda at 75, Parrish comes in at 74, so does Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice coming in at 75, and Boca Grande, the warm spot, coming in at 79 degrees. We have a little trough of low pressure that's kind of meandering across the state of Florida, and it's a focal point for showers and thunderstorms over the last 24 hours. Now, yesterday we actually picked up a few scattered showers. They built in inland areas, and then they gradually drifted toward the coastline. We had nothing really heavy, but there were a few scattered showers, and the rain coverage at about 20%. I think the same thing will hold true again today. Currently, nothing in the forecast for the morning hours. Morning commute should be just fine. As you head into about the 12 noon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock hour, you'll start to see a few of them building in inland areas mostly. Maybe 1 or 2 near the coast. We'll develop a sea breeze today, and that sea breeze will help trigger off a shower or two. The general trend will be for those showers to move from from east to west across the region during the afternoon hours. Now, across the nation, things are pretty quiet in most locations of the deep south, the mid-Atlantic, except for, of course, the northeast, where Jose just refuses to let go. It's continuing to spin around, producing some heavy surf as well as some scattered showers and some gusty winds as well from areas of Montauk and Nantucket down through the Jersey Shore. We're seeing some fairly gusty winds as well as some, at times, pretty good downpours of rain. but not much in the way of thunderstorm activity. Thunderstorm activity today will be confined to areas around Chicago, stretching back through Kansas City. If you are traveling today, then those areas from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Chicago back to Kansas City will be under the gun for some stronger storms. For us, we have a small chance at seeing an isolated thunderstorm or two. But mostly, our rainfall today will come in the form of an isolated shower. And not much more than that. Total rainfall amounts will not be all that great. The further south you go, the better the chance of seeing some stronger storms. And certainly the further east you go, the better the chance of seeing a thunderstorm or two. So there's Jose. With a buzzsaw-like appearance, Jose continues to move off to the north and to the east. High pressure for us remains the dominant weather feature, and we still have that little trough of low pressure across Florida that's producing those scattered showers. So a warm afternoon, isolated showers, sun, then some clouds building in the afternoon as we get a little heating of the day, a sea breeze building, and then that chance of isolated showers or two. The forecast for the next couple of days will probably feature this drier air in place and less than average rain chance coming in at about 20%. But as we head into probably Thursday or maybe Friday, we'll start to see rain chances really start to spike. 3 systems. Remember Lee? Lee briefly and then kind of fizzled out. Well, it's back. Lee will probably develop into a storm as we head into the next 5 days or so, but it will stay out in open waters of the Atlantic and really not bother anyone. Jose still doing its loop-de-loops in the forecast track, and Maria is still a strong Category 4 storm barreling towards Puerto Rico, and a 65-mile-an-hour storm for Jose right now. The forecast calling for Maria to really just batter the island of Puerto Rico with gusty, strong, just catastrophic winds. And then move out into the open waters of the Atlantic. Not much change here in this track. It still stays away from the Florida coast, a good distance offshore. Might get some swells and some rip current problems and maybe some gentle beach erosion from about Georgia northward up toward the Carolinas. But the good news is the storm system stays offshore. And then Jose will just kind of do its little loop-de-loops out here off the coast of New York and Boston and just create a nuisance, but still things could be much worse. As far as Maria goes, all the forecast model tracks continue to show it moving up the coastline of the United States, getting pretty close to parts of the Outer Banks of North Carolina and then out into open waters. Northeast at 10, 2-foot seas, light chop, nice day for boating. And the extended range forecast shows those better rain chances down the road. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Nothing much to speak of at this hour of the day in Manatee County. Farther south now into Sarasota. A little slowdown on Bee Ridge, heading in the eastbound lanes toward Lockwood Ridge and Tuttle. Farther south, we'll check that map and see still a slowdown on 681 as you come off 75 southbound. Also a slowdown at 41 southbound around the Business 41 interchange. 518 right now. All right, let's talk about jobs on the Suncoast. There are certain professions that are hiring right now and certain companies that have the help wanted sign out. I talked to a job expert about the local growth.
We've seen jobs increase by 15,000 just in our 2-county area alone.
It has been a year of growth on the Suncoast. Anthony Gagliano is in charge of business and economic development for Career Source Suncoast. He's been helping people find jobs in Manatee and Sarasota County for the past 8 years, and he says he has never seen it better than right now.
Absolutely. I mean, for somebody like myself who started in 2009, where we were seeing upwards of 200 people a day coming into this office, it's certainly been a dramatic decrease in the number of people looking for jobs, but at the same time, a big increase in that need from employers who are coming to us looking for help to try and fill the openings they have.
Now, they see about 90 people a day, and that includes a wide range of people, from Jennifer, who's trying to build up her job skills while going back to school.
I have a 1-year-old son. So, you know, I'm building that firm foundation for him.
And then there's Orlando, who would like to work in the food industry, but something else on his resume, he says, is making that more difficult.
I'm looking for any type of work. Right now, I'm having a hard time because I'm an ex-convict and I just can't get hired out here.
Florida Governor Rick Scott promised to create jobs, and from Gagliano's perspective, he's done it. But skeptics might ask, what kind of jobs? Hourly jobs or positions for those with college degrees?
A little of both. The two main areas we've seen pick up are leisure and hospitality, so probably not as much a need for higher education there, but we've also seen a lot on educational services.
Gagliano admits there is not a big corporate base in Sarasota and not a lot of new high-paying jobs.
In our area, when it's corporate headquarters, it's a smaller facility company, 40 to 50 is kind of where our economic development partners, those are the companies they're trying to recruit, smaller, privately owned.
So what workers are most in demand right now on the Suncoast?
The top 3 postings we have right now are RNs have been number one for a long time right now, and then the next 2 are both retail related. So supervisors in retail and then retail salesperson those are our top 3 jobs that get posted the most often in our area. The biggest things we've seen increase in the last year are delivery driver jobs, up 22%. Again, retail supervisors also increased double digits. So we're seeing more than 100 postings a month in delivery drivers. Maids, so we talk about hospitality increase, maids and housekeepers have increased about 5% over the last year, and so obviously we know that with a lot of the new hotels coming on, increase in jobs there. Some of the biggest employers with the most job openings in our area, Brookdale, so senior living communities, our hospitals like Blake and Doctors, Bell's, especially now this time of year, they really ramp up on the distribution side. Lowe's and IMG as well, some of those employers that have a lot of job openings right now in our area.
And hopefully people like Orlando and Jennifer will be able to find 2 of those jobs. Well, the average annual salary overall on the Suncoast is in the low $40,000 range. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, antivirus company McAfee is out with its new list of dangerous celebrities to search. We'll tell you who tops the list. And next half hour, the latest on Hurricane Maria taking aim at Puerto Rico.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
One of our viewers sent me a series of aerial photos of Siesta Key and Longboat Key, and they're on my Ray Collins ABC7 Facebook page right now, so feel free to go check those out. We're also online right now, so if you want to say hello through the instant message, I'll be sure to write back to you right away. That's our social media pages. Reaching out to you, it's your show as well. It's 5:24 right now. Amazon is explaining why customers received an email about non-existent baby registries. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, an apology from Amazon.
Random Amazon customers received email notices telling them a gift from their baby registry had been purchased. Problem is, most of those recipients don't have a registry and don't have a baby.
Amazon blames a glitch for those emails, but some customers are fuming, calling them insensitive.
And returning items that were actually purchased on Amazon is about to get a whole lot easier.
Starting next month, Kohl's will start accepting returns for Amazon at 82 of its stores across Chicago and Los Angeles, packing and shipping them for free.
And McAfee, the antivirus software company, has compiled a list of the most dangerous celebrities online.
They are the celebs with the highest percentage of search engine results with malignant links.
There's your list. Top 5, Avril Lavigne, Bruno Mars, Carly Rae Jepsen, Zayn Malik, and Celine Dion.
All right. Stay safe. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Capital One.
The Capital One Venture Card. Unlimited double miles on every purchase, not just airline purchases. Now available in metal. What's in your wallet?
Who wants 50% more calcium? I'm not drinking that. Who you pouring that for, man? Order for you. Fine, but not out here. Dang it, so good.
Silk. Tastes like better.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
The kitchen is where life happens. Manasota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, funds. Or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, the number of killed continues to rise in Mexico after a major earthquake on the anniversary of another major quake in that country. Plus, new aerial footage coming out from the Florida Keys in the wake of Hurricane Irma. We'll have the latest. And drop the puck. Preseason hockey is underway in Tampa. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios. This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And a pleasant good morning to you. You're up to September 20th now. It's Wednesday, halfway through the week. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're with us. And John, yesterday, the bad news is I was playing tennis at 4 o'clock, and it began to rain. The good news is at 4:05 it stopped raining.
Yeah, they were brief showers. They were isolated showers, but you know, at least it cooled things off a little bit.
It did.
Yeah, that was kind of nice to see. A little bit of extra cloud cover late in the day kind of helped block some of the sunshine. And I think we'll see the same thing again today. You know, an isolated shower or two, rain chance at less than 20%. Not much going on this this morning. Satellite view showing clear skies across most of the region. I have a few scattered showers over on the other coast, but your morning commute, A-OK. Forecast calling for about a 20% chance of storms with a daytime high near 90. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right, talk to you soon. Checking first alert traffic now. A few spots building on the roads in Manatee County. Nothing major to report right now. Farther south into Sarasota, a little thing there on Clark Road as you head westbound towards Stickney Point. Otherwise pretty good. And then South County map showing a little slowdown on 41 southbound around Venice, heading towards South Venice. Our top story, an earthquake that struck near Mexico City has killed over 200 people. The quake measured 7.1 magnitude. It was felt in the center of Mexico City, 75 miles from the epicenter. This comes a week after a magnitude 8.1 quake that struck off the southern coast of Mexico. That earthquake killed 61 people. An even larger quake happened on yesterday's date in Mexico 42 years ago. Meantime, speaking of natural disasters, Hurricane Maria is thrashing the eastern Caribbean at this hour as residents of Puerto Rico brace for the storm this morning. The governor is calling the storm the biggest and potentially most catastrophic to hit Puerto Rico in a century. ABC's Arlette Saenz has the latest.
Hurricane Maria barreling towards Puerto Rico. The island's 3 million U.S. citizens bracing for impact.
This is, without a doubt, the most dangerous storm in our generation.
Many in Puerto Rico heeding warnings to evacuate, streaming into shelters, catching last-minute flights out of San Juan. Cynthia Manfred and her family seeking refuge in a hotel.
With a bum leg, with 3 dogs, and a 99-year-old mom, I didn't want to risk it.
Puerto Rico facing up to 9 feet of storm surge and 2 feet of rain. In the neighboring Virgin Islands, the U.S. Navy evacuating all military personnel ahead of the storm. Maria escalating from a Category 1 to a Category 5 hurricane in just 9 hours. The storm battering the Caribbean, first making landfall in Dominica. Winds gusting at 160 miles per hour, the only Category 5 hurricane to ever hit the island.
I believe we got a very bad blow. There appears to be a lot of destruction.
Families of American medical students there still trying to reach their loved ones.
Marco's been there since May. He's an awesome kid. And I just need to hear from him.
The storm already turning deadly in Guadalupe and more still missing.
Hurricane Maria is expected to skirt east of the Dominican Republic and Turks and Caicos in the coming days before turning north. As of right now, forecasts show Maria will spare Florida and the southeast coast of any major impact. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Washington.
The leader of Israel said President Trump's speech to the UN was one of the most courageous he's ever heard. President Trump laid out his America First approach to foreign policy yesterday. He said the U.S. would not seek to impose its values on other nations. The president promised to destroy North Korea if their leader, who he nicknamed Rocket Man, didn't back off with the missiles.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
The president also called President Obama's nuclear deal with Iran an embarrassment. The Republican National Committee is picking up part of President Trump's legal fees over the investigation with Russia. The RNC, in fact, spent more than $230,000 last month to cover some of the fees associated with the federal investigation. The president has repeatedly denied any involvement. The RNC is also paying for some legal bills for Donald Trump Jr. as well. Another White House official is stepping down. Keith Schiller leaving his job as the president's director of Oval Office operations. The former NYPD detective was President Trump's longtime aide and former bodyguard as well. Schiller reportedly told associates that the move is financial. His salary had been cut by more than a half since he first took that job. In the wake of Hurricane Irma, Florida House Speaker Richard Corcoran has created a committee to look into hurricane-related issues, including fuel supplies and protecting seniors in nursing homes. The Select Committee on Hurricane Response and Preparedness aims to fix some of the problems discovered after Hurricane Irma. Corcoran says looking out for the health and welfare of Florida's residents is the most important job any elected official has.
As a state, we have a duty and a burden to look out for the health, welfare, and safety of our people. To the extent that you had all of these literally across the state run out, for the most part, run out of gas, that can be addressed.
The committee will meet prior to the next legislative session, which begins this time in January. The Florida Keys is still in the process of damage assessment and recovery after Irma. AT&T deployed a fleet of drones to help out with recovery efforts. Look at this. You can see the mobile homes flipped over and scattered across what used to be a mobile home park, a once beautiful place now in shambles with storm debris covering many roads and waterways as well. In the wake of Irma, health experts are urging you to take steps to reduce mosquito breeding around your property. The health department says there are no areas in Florida where mosquitoes are transmitting Zika and other viruses. However, even nuisance mosquitoes not carrying diseases can breed in small amounts of water. They remind you to drain containers holding water, throw out any debris where water could collect, and to repair torn screens to keep insects from coming indoors. Look at this. A Central Florida family is safe after a sinkhole swallowed part of their house. Officials in Apopka say the hole was still growing after they measured it as 25 feet across and 15 feet deep. This aerial video shows residents scrambling to save belongings from their home. It's not clear what caused the sinkhole or if it's related to the heavy rain from Hurricane Irma. No injuries, and the family is now staying with relatives. Tolls that were suspended during Irma will resume again after midnight tonight. The tolls were stopped to encourage evacuees to leave the area. The one exception right now, the tolls will still be suspended on the Homestead extension of Florida's Turnpike to assist storm victims going back and forth from the Florida Keys. Well, the calendar still says September, but hockey resumed last night in Tampa. The Bolts hosted the Carolina Hurricanes in an exhibition game. Both teams played plenty of their top prospects who are hoping to make the team. The Lightning missed the playoffs last year. By the way, final score, Carolina wins it 2-1. Former Lightning and current New Jersey Devil forward Brian Boyle diagnosed with leukemia. The team's doctor says the cancer is thankfully treatable and medication will suffice. Boyle says he expects to play while receiving treatment. The cancer was found in blood work during the Devils team physicals at the start of camp. Glad about that. And now to a sweet Irma story out of South Florida, where a fire crew from Delray Beach was surveying some damaged buildings in Monroe County. One firefighter came across a weakened deer inside one of the buildings. He quickly grabbed 4 bottles of water and hand-fed the deer all that water. Oh, animal experts say there's a reason that deer is so thirsty.
He had said that the storm surge has taken out a lot of their fresh water supplies, so it's all mixed up with salt water.
That is really a cute video. After getting some water, the buck had enough strength to run off and resume its activities. Very sweet video.
Oh, I hope it's okay.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope you're okay, by the way. Hurt your back yesterday.
Yes.
Huh?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. Playing around out there.
Went too far.
Thinking I'm 20.
You're doing the sawing the trees in your yard.
Well, it's lifting is what.
Oh, lifting?
What really does it, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, well, I think a lot of people are still cleaning up the storm debris, you know, and that's that goes on. Can you even imagine what it would have been like had we have gotten a worse hit?
I know.
But today we're looking at a big storm barreling down on Puerto Rico, and our thoughts are certainly out to any of you folks who have relatives out there, because it's going to be a tough 24 hours. We have here locally better chances of rain. We'll talk about that in a second.
Also ahead, first alert traffic, and if you crave pumpkin spice, be aware it may be more than just a simple craving. We'll have the science behind cravings coming up.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature comes in at 74 degrees. We have a dew point coming in at 72. It's a pretty nice start to the morning. Not many clouds around this morning. A lot of blue sky out there, or at least starry skies, and I think we're headed toward a very sunny start to the day. We have 93-degree relative humidity. A wind out of the northeast at about 5. All in all, it's a very pleasant start to the morning. Lower relative humidities means a more comfortable air, and I think that's what we'll see for today, lower dew points. But tomorrow, I think we'll start to see the humidity begin to increase, and I think by Friday we'll be back to the average rain chances for this time of year. 73 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Northport at 74, 75 in Punta Gorda, 77 in Boca Grande, 75 in Venice, 74 in Bradenton, and 74 in Parrish. So across the state of Florida, we have this northeasterly wind flow. The northeasterly wind flow is kind of feeding in a little bit of moisture on the other coast to a trough of low pressure that's meandering across the state. That's kicked up a few scattered showers over there in the Atlantic waters this morning, and a few of them make it over toward around the Lake Okeechobee area, not much further to the east than that, or west than that. Then locally, with maximum daytime heating, we get a little bit of locally grown showers developing as well. We have enough moisture around to support that, but they're few and far between, and the rainfall chance at less than 20%. That's going to be the case again today. Just not going to see a lot of rainfall. And the showers that we got will probably add, not much more than 1/8 of an inch of rain, or even less, much less, toward the rainfall bucket across the region. Right now, everything is quiet on radar, and you can expect that to be the case throughout the morning and probably into most of the afternoon as well. But by the time we get to 3 or 4 o'clock, I think the rain showers will be a little bit more widespread. Across the deep south, things are quiet. If you're traveling to the Atlanta airport today or traveling to areas of Charlotte or Raleigh-Durham, should be fine weather-wise in terms of commutes and connects. Back to the west, there are some scattered showers starting to build in parts of the northern tier, and already at this time of morning, some of the storms are kind of heavy. So there is the potential there for some stronger storms heading to Chicago Airport or Minneapolis-St. Paul, or as far south really as Kansas City. You can encounter some bigger storms a little bit later on that could lead to some flight delays. To the northeast we go, and of course there we're still talking about Jose. Jose continues to spin around, just not leaving. It is weakening, but still producing some pretty good waves along the coastline, eroding waves, as well as some rip currents and some squirrely weather at times. So pretty good wind gusts up here at Montauk and all the way down to the Jersey Shore, seeing some wind gusts of 30, 40 miles per hour and such. And some rain showers as well, kind of a dreary sort of day in New York. Speaking of New York, my wife is going to be in the audience of Good Morning America today. So if you're a fan of The View and ever get to see Linda Larson on The View there, well, you may want to check that out coming up in just an hour or so. We have some scattered showers again in the area shaded in this light green color. And the tip of Florida has a chance at seeing some of those showers, and that includes us as well. We have a slight chance at seeing a thunderstorm. It's not a big chance today. It's a slight one. Mostly in the southern tip of the state and over on the other coast. So Jose continues to spin, moving away from us. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, builds in, brings us that northeasterly wind flow, and continues on with a forecast that calls for warm afternoons up near the 90 mark. Isolated showers, our rain chance no more than 20%. And then a sun-cloud mix. We'll start off with suns, and then I think we'll see more clouds build as we head into the afternoon. The trough of low pressure kind of meanders across south central Florida, brings us a few scattered showers from time to time over the next several days, but rain chances will go up by the time we hit Friday. 3 storms, one was Lee, is now probably going to develop again into a tropical system, but that heads out into open water, so we're not concerned about that. Jose, 65-mile-an-hour winds, still a formidable tropical storm, and then Maria has decreased a little bit in intensity, but only about 10 miles per hour, so it's still a very strong storm. Lifts north, paralleling the coast, and for today, barrels down on Puerto Rico. We'll watch that storm system have very little impact on the state of Florida, other than perhaps to dry it out a little bit as we head into next week. Northeast wind comes in at about 10 knots today. Nice day for boating. And the official Suncoast forecast calls for a daytime high near 90 through the period. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. First off, in Manatee County, we'll see a few blips in the screen, particularly around State Road 70 and also on 301, so be aware of that. Check farther south now into Sarasota County. The only red I see is actually at the 41-301 apex, where the Mound branches off toward the Bayfront. Otherwise pretty clear in Sarasota County. South County showing some buildup in both directions on US 41. Otherwise mostly clear at 5:49 on your Wednesday morning. Well, Halloween is still over a month away, but some people are really craving pumpkin spice. They got to have pumpkin spice. As Kim Hutcherson tells us, there's actually a scientific basis for that particular craving.
Lots of people joke about being addicted to their pumpkin spice lattes. Turns out it is possible to be biologically addicted to the popular spice blend, which actually doesn't usually contain pumpkin. Typically, pumpkin spice contains ground cinnamon, dried ginger, nutmeg, and clove or allspice. These spices, alone or in combination, are often associated with the holidays and family. But with pumpkin spice addiction, there's more involved than just a psychological association. Experts say that when that recognizable pumpkin spice scent is combined with sugar, people learn to associate the smell with the pleasure that comes from consuming it. Literally, your body learns to recognize that spice combination and crave it. Experts say it's not quite the same neural mechanism involved in drug addiction. But when it comes to pumpkin spice, the more you consume, the more you want to consume. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
I recognize that sweet tooth myself. Still ahead, we'll update your day's top local news headlines. And some NFL players came to support some high school football players affected by Hurricane Harvey. We'll show you how after this.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There's a pretty shot from our tower camera of the Ringling Causeway off in the distance. A little quiet right now. One car coming over from the Key as we look at that between the Ritz-Carlton to the left and the Renaissance to the right there on 41. Welcome back. It's 5:54 on this Wednesday. Here are the top local headlines this morning as you wake up. Hurricane Irma did enough damage to the Venice Pier to cause the city to close it down for a few months. They'll start making repairs to some of the floorboards on the pier. Plus, the storm also damaged Mote Marine's brand new facility in the Florida Keys. The research center is on Summerlin Key. And demolition is now underway in downtown Sarasota to make room for The Mark, a new 12-story high-rise with condos starting at $600,000. And finally, the Houston Texans took time off the field to help some high school players affected by Hurricane Harvey. Players DJ Reeder and Nick Martin surprised the high school players when they showed up to football practice at Kingwood High School in Humble, Texas. Very humble right now, unfortunately. Reeder and Martin handed out new shoes and footballs to every player on the team. That school was battered by Hurricane Harvey, and cleanup at Kingwood High will likely take months, so school is closed for the rest of the year.
Wow.
I wonder if the kids are being fed to nearby schools in the meantime.
Wow, I don't know. That's, yeah, just one of the problems they're going to have, right?
Yeah, there's that. That's nice to see the NFL players getting involved like that.
That's great, yeah.
Love when pro athletes get outside their comfort zone and try to help others.
Absolutely.
You know it?
I don't think I've ever heard of a school being closed for half a school year.
No,
like
me either.
That's really astounding.
It's a real challenge logistically.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nice day today, few scattered showers. We'll talk about it in a second.
Now that, traffic, more local news headlines after this. Good morning, stay with us.